Okay, today we're going to integrate cosine to the power of 5x dx. We can't integrate straight off, so we're going to have to do some trig identities, some u sub maybe, break this cosine apart. So let's see what we can do. So what we could say, cosine to the 5x is the same as cosine squared x, cosine squared x, cosine x. Add up the powers, you can put an imaginary 1 there if you like. 2, 2, 1 gives us the 5. That's the same as that. Okay, cosine squared of x has a very famous trig identity we can use for that. So let's have a little play around with this and see where it takes us. So we can also say, put this in brackets, cosine squared of x squared, that takes care of these two, and then cosine of x. And then the famous trig identity, 1 equals sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x. Let's get the cosine on its own, this cosine squared. So we can say cosine squared of x equals 1 minus sine squared of x. So let's plug in this cosine squared of x with this, leave the cosine, and then let's see where we get to. So we get cosine squared of x is 1 minus sine squared of x. And then squared, and then cosine of x dx. Okay, right. So as we got the squared term here, let's do a u sub inside that. Do a u sub the sine, we'll end up with a cosine, and then maybe we can do some cancelling out. So let's go for normal business here. U equals sine of x du equals derivative of sine is cosine dx, and then we can say dx equals du over cosine x. Okay, no negative there, it's just a plus, so that is good. So now we can change this into the u world from the x world. So still integrating, 1 minus sine squared of x, well u is sine of x, so that's going to be 1 minus u squared, and squared again. We'll leave the cosine of x for now. Dx is du over cosine x, and that looks great because straight away got a nice little cancellation. Okay, let's FOIL out the 1 minus u squared. Let's just do that quick here. 1 minus u squared, 1 minus u squared. We end up with 1 minus 2u squared plus u to the 4. Okay, let's now integrate that. 1 minus 2u squared plus u to the 4 du. Okay, we're ready to integrate now. Nice simple power rule. So this will end up in the u world, 1 becomes u minus 2u is sine of x. So u equals sine of x, that's 2 sine of x. And now what we got here now is the 2 becomes a 3 and divide by the new power. So that's 2/3 sine cubed of x plus u to the 4, u is sine of x. So if we add 1 here, we get sine of x to the power of 5. But dividing by 5, that gives us that. And let me just change this to sine of x. So we're all in the u world, all in the x world from the u world. So we've gone straight to it, and then plus c. Okay, that's the answer.